Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Trade Like a Sniper, where I use a top down analysis approach to frame a trade on a lower time frame. So, today I'll be doing the NASDAQ E-mini futures. As you can see, it's pretty much an uptrend. So, I thought I would start on the weekly time frame and work my way down because there'll be more opportunities and more price action. So, I'll scrunch up the chart and I'll use the rewind tool to go back to a point of time um, not too far away. I guess around this range is fine. So, okay, let's see what we got. All right, so first thing I see is this weekly gap that got traded into. Price meandered around. I would say right now, probably distributing because it took out the liquidity above these highs, but it did not move higher. Okay, and it still kind of respected this breaker block here. So I'd be expecting lower prices. Let's see what we get on the weekly. Okay, so we get a weekly candle into here. Just to be sure, let's see what we get. Okay, moved up into this more of this breaker, also a breaker, and started moving down. Okay, nice. Came back into this weekly inversion, and then moving down. All right, it went pretty far down. Okay, let's see if we can get any more gaps. Oh, all right, we got a gap here. This would be nice. Okay, so we can target the low. I like ones like this. Okay, so this is how it should be done. You have a higher time frame, POI, and higher time frame target. So the POI for me, I like gaps, especially nested gaps with other PD arrays, and targeting the external range liquidity. So internal range liquidity, external range liquidity. So I'll try to take a short if I see more clues on this time frame. Nice. On the daily, we have this gap here. Okay, daily SIBI. Yeah, okay, looks good. I'll go to the 4-hour time frame so I don't miss any trades. Let's see how we respond there. If we indeed going to go lower. Okay, so it came back up. Let's see here. We have a 4-hour gap. And close. And we close higher. Let's see. All right, we come all the way to this breaker. I do like this. I'll stay on the 4-hour for now, just to see if we get if we do hit lower. Okay, got a 4-hour here within this weekly gap that we were anticipating. So I believe this should still be on the weekly time frame. If we do close lower, then we don't close above this gap. All right, we come down one more time. Let's see if we move higher. Oh, lower. Okay. Right, very good. Right now, I would like to see if we come back into this gap in order to target our original target. On the 4-hour, we see a lot of liquidity resting below here. So, okay. Could go to a lower time frame. Yeah, let's see on the hourly. Okay, let's go back to the 4-hour. I want to see. There's a trade in here as well. 4-hour inversion gap. in case we don't come all the way here, because this looks like a sharp turn, and we may come into this gap here, or just this inversion gap. So, okay, let's say this one's triggered. We did come into that gap, but our entry was here anyway. We might come higher. Into this gap. Although relative equal highs here, let's just call this our entry. So there's liquidity resting above here. However, there's this gap or the block thingy. Let me see in the 1 hour. Could just go down from there into here. Let's see if we immediately go down or not. No, one more time. Relative equal highs. Took that out. Boom. Boom. Okay, still consolidating into this gap here. Do we go lower? No, still going higher. Into this 1 hour gap. I like this. If we can break lower, I think I could put a trade in there. Let's say initial stop here. Okay. Not much of an expansion, which worries me, but let's see where our draw liquidity is. Okay, this one got stopped out, but let's see if this one holds. Let's see if we do come into this area. Let's say pertinent to the 4 hour. It's a bit late for that. Let's go to the daily. Okay, daily time frame. There was a daily gap here as well. Go to the weekly. Weekly gap. Okay, still staying low. All right. Okay, so the 4 hour did come all the way here. Let's see. Probably could take a trade here to go lower. Yeah. It's okay. Let's just see we hit the target, right? Okay, won't waste too much time. Or do we get stopped? Okay, so we do hit the target. Yeah. So you got to be careful on the lower time frames. The higher time frame is always stronger. So we go from it on the weekly internal range liquidity to external. It has a very high probability if you're targeting that way, a gap, and then just the low on the weekly. The low on the weekly, that's a very high probability if you're not at some extreme discount, right? If you're at an extreme discount or a higher time frame discount array, if this was let's say this came into a monthly or more discount fair value gap or bullish breaker, then I'd be more wary for price to come down, take out and slow, right? It might just continue to move higher for a higher time frame objective. But in this case, I did, from my experience looking at gaps, I did like the look of this gap, especially with the overlay of this breaker as well. Very high probability to take out the low. The most highest probability is to take out the body, although this body closed very high. If sometimes it was a body low, price will usually take out the body if it was going to go up. If not, usually it'll take out the low, right? So let's see where we are in this whole thing. Okay, so it comes down a bit lower, and then it comes all the way back up to, yeah, pretty much stopping it out if you held a position. But of course, there's many ways to trade. Let's see on the daily. Okay, so we saw a daily gap created here. That was nice. Although we didn't go back to a higher time frame because we didn't want to be biased. Anyway, yeah, price came down even further and then started going up again. All right, so that's it for this episode of Trade Like a Sniper. I hope you found that insightful, and I'll see you next time.